Hey guys, in this video I want to talk to you about how I met this guy, Michael Elsner, at this conference in Nashville, and I went from making like zero money with licensing to a $60,000 worth of placements last year. Let's go. So hey, I'm hanging out with my man Michael here, and like I said, I made $60,000 in licensing last year. And
that's awesome. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Freaking awesome.
This guy is the man. That's why. And that's because I took my songs out of those royalty-free libraries and started hitting up exclusive music houses, and that was because of your advice. And part of the reason why we're doing this video is because he's doing an amazing free webinar teaching you on this stuff. And like, if you think like, oh, 60,000 is a lot of money, you think, oh man, Manifest Chris is crushing it. If I'm crushing it, he is absolutely killing it, eliminating, blowing it up. So that's why you want to learn from him. But just what's one value bomber thing that you got from me where you saw I was wrong and now I'm doing it right that'll help these guys?
Yeah, well, actually, when we met last year, one of the very first things you said to me is like, man, I need to talk to you. Single licensing sucks. Nothing's happening. And I started asking you what you were doing. And what you were doing was the same thing that most people do. It's because there's a lot of information out there regarding what music licensing is. You know, you can go to these conferences, people tell you how awesome it is, but there's very little information out there about how to do it. Right? And so as a lot of, and this is what you did, and most musicians do this, is they send their music out. They follow this two-step process where they finish their song and then they send it out. And a lot of times they don't even have a contact with the person that they're sending it out to. They send it out to some company that is accepting their music, you know, and they're not even doing anything with it. You don't even know if they're promoting it. You know, you don't even have someone's phone number in your phone or their email, right? And so you're leaving your success up to someone else.
Yeah.
And what we talked about was pulling your music back, going through an actual strategy and a process, implementing a strategy that keeps you in control through the process, so that you are now able to connect with a boutique exclusive company. You have relationships with the people there. You can call them and send them an email. You can send them a song that you just finished immediately, right?
Yeah, and they get back and give us feedback because I've built the relationship. And there's actually another music house right now that I'm trying to build the relationship with, because this other company turned it down, not because they didn't like this song, but because they already had something like that.
So you hit a perfect point here. So I always share that, you know, I have a company called Sonic Trimmer. And so it's very simple. You can go to sonictrimmer.com and all the information's out there. You can see what company represents us, just like anything. All this stuff's public knowledge. And I get emails from people going like, hey, Michael, I'm so excited. I'm going to be signing over a bunch of these songs, my pop songs, to this particular company that represents my trailer music catalog. And I always write them back. I'm like, man, that sucks, because that company only represents my trailer music. I don't have my pop songs with them because their pop catalog is massive. My pop catalog is elsewhere. My trailers are with them because they do really well with trailers, because we fill that niche. And so that's that situation that you're just talking about.
Yeah.
You know, you have to find also a company that you know, where you fulfill that niche.
Exactly.
And that's the case with anything, whether you're working with a publisher or going after a record label or anything like that. And that requires, again, a strategy to find those people and to connect with them and see where your music brings value to their company.
Exactly. And I got to follow up with these people and follow up with them. And this is just some of the strategies that Michael and his buddy Chris SD teach in this webinar that I want to encourage you to sign up for, because they have helped me and I know they will help you. You think about it. You know, if you made $60,000 off TV film, not including back-end royalties, what would that do to your career?
Two new cars.
What would that do to in your life, right? It would change your life. It would inspire you, because you are called to do this, but you need to get the knowledge, okay? If you think education is expensive, try ignorance.
So, you know,
okay?
the $60,000 that you made last year with your placements after learning how to do this, what that really equates to most people is that equates to a resignation letter that you can then deliver to your boss and your job.
Not too quick, but you know, I don't tell them to quick too quick.
No. But if when you start making that money, because the reality is
you do it once, you can do it again.
You're proof that you can start generating that.
Yes.
And in a very short amount of time.
Yes, very powerful.
So as far as the webinar that we're talking about, Chris SD, who runs Sync Songwriter. He has a program called The Art of the Song Pitch, and my name is Michael Lelsner. I have a program called Master Music Licensing. Chris and I have both been successful, previously licensing our songs, and so a lot of people were always asking us how to do this, and so Chris created his program, I created mine. For many, for the last year and a half, people have been like, oh, you guys are competitors, and the reality is that we're really not in competition. We're just on the same mission to help other musicians learn how to license their songs as well. And a couple weeks ago, I was at a conference in Los Angeles, and I came around the corner, and there was Chris, and we had never met in person, so we started talking, and we put together a couple phones, kind of like how we have this little jacked up system here, and we had a conversation like what we're doing now. We put it out, and then we decided how cool would it be to put together a webinar and share both of our strategies, because we kind of come at licensing from two different perspectives. And so we did this webinar. We did 2 of them this last week. We have over 1,000 people who attended each one. And so now we have the webinar replay up, and that'll only be up for another couple days because it'll be coming down. We also put together a really cool offer called Platinum Sync that we're also going to tell you about in the webinar. But also in the webinar, we took questions from everyone who attended. So there's an immense amount of Q&A, and it's definitely worth your time to go check out if you're interested in getting into licensing and learning how to get your songs placed on TV shows in this next year.
Awesome. So click that link below. Go watch it. There's so much value in there. And go get your songs synced. Peace. Hey guys, one more thing. If you do end up signing up for the webinar and picking up their program, Platinum Sync, I'm also going to be giving you a special bonus, which is my 6-figure sync program, showing you how in 1 year, all the steps I took from writing to reaching out to music houses and getting over $60,000 worth of sync licenses. So much cool stuff. Hope you enjoy the webinar, and I hope you enroll and crush it, and I can give you that special bonus. Peace.